benzoate ostylazine bicarbonate. Although, we just call him Bob. Now, Insectosaurus. The unfortunate result of the carelessness of Atom-Age man. This behemoth is the reason why radioactive waste and grub worms absolutely do not mix. Just ask Japan.
Check out those hands, are you kidding? They're like man hands, times a million. Ugh.
This is Monsters vs. Aliens, which is available on pretty much every game console out there, except they forgot to release a version for the Magnavox Odyssey 2. Hopefully they'll get around to that. We're watching the Xbox 360 version of this game. Anytime I see a video game based on a large budget film, I'm very skeptical because I've seen this 1,000 times before, and frequently the gameplay suffers dramatically because the stigma surrounding the whole concept is that it's really there to make more money off the film. The game is just secondary. And maybe that's true, but Monsters vs. Aliens, the video game, does not feel like that. This feels like a very well-made, extremely entertaining video game. It's a collection of numerous other video game styles, all tied together within the Monsters vs. Aliens theme, and then done with an extremely large budget. Or at least a large budget feel. I'm about 3/4 of the way through the game for this review, and I have to admit I've had a great time playing Monsters vs. Aliens. This game is aimed at kids, so it's family friendly, and you're never doing any one thing for more than 5 or 10 minutes. So unlike a shooter, which is a shooter for a 12 to 15 hours of gameplay, Monsters vs. Aliens rapidly changes. And it's all done extremely well. I think it threw me off maybe for the first 20 minutes, but once I got the hang or the feel of the game, I really got into it.
Never mess with the missing link. The missing link says, head down, chump.
There's levels that remind me of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. There's levels that are like a side-scrolling adventure.
All right, Bob, there it is. Now, to get through the bioscanner, all you need to do is borrow that cadet.
Hey, what's this?
Access granted. Have a nice day.
Okay, Bob, that's it. Now, out with him.
You play as the characters from the film. Bob is my favorite. The missing link.
Access granted. Access granted. Have a nice day.
Ginormica. At the beginning of the game, you're trying to escape from a prison, fighting robots and helicopters. And the government needs you to fight off aliens. It has robots, aliens, and monsters, and even a nice tongue-in-cheek Godzilla reference. What's not to like? I think the developers have done an excellent job with this game in making it appeal to both adults and experienced video gamers, as well as children. This is a game you could play with your young kids and have just as much enjoyment as they will. In a sea of constantly released dark, violent video games, it's nice and refreshing to see something bright and colorful like this that has a really nice, overly saturated color palette, constantly changing environments and camera perspectives. It uses cutscenes very well to tell the story, and the characters are extremely likable. I actually want to see the movie now after playing this game.
I am awesome. Oh yeah.
If you play a lot of video games, you won't find this overly difficult. You'll sail right through the game. But I think you'll still enjoy yourself because these are all proven video game styles within Monsters vs. Aliens. They're done well. Production value is extremely high, as you can see on screen. And the music is excellent. Some people could be really tough on this game and say there's nothing new or original. And that would be true to some degree, but when you're making a game to appeal to a wide audience of kids, that's pretty much what you need to do. But you know, they did it well. Monsters vs. Aliens is surprisingly enjoyable. If you're into achievement points and trophies, there's a lot of those scattered throughout the game. There's unlockable mini-games, one that reminded me of Missile Command, which was a lot of fun. My least favorite part of the game are the scenes with Ginormica, but the scenes with Bob and the Missing Link are incredibly entertaining. They have a variety of different attack moves. Bob can swallow people and then spit them out as weapons. And the Missing Link can do similar things. He spins his tail around and he can pick up things and throw them. And if you like bright, colorful adventure games, I will happily recommend Monsters vs. Aliens. Like I said, this is the Xbox 360 version. The graphics in HD are excellent. I imagine the PS3 version looks identical. I also have Monsters vs. Aliens for the Wii, so I'll be reviewing that separately.
Ooh, that was good.
Oh yeah, I love this part. Hungry, Hungry Hippos, anyone? Remember that? Great game. Hopefully, Activision, other publishers out there, don't ignore the Magnavox Odyssey 2 any longer. It may be lying dormant, but it has a keyboard built into the game console. The game cartridges have handles, and eventually it will rise again. Enjoy Monsters vs. Aliens on whatever other game console you have, as long as it's apparently not the Magnavox Odyssey 2.
Salute, la gente di terra earthy.